I'm still looking for the perfect home of Voice of Victory. Is it Cephalid Breakfast? Welcome back, Vintage Gamers, to a Saturday afternoon challenge. We are going to be doing some more testing with new Tarkir card, Voice of Victory. This is a Grand Abolisher upgraded for 2025. 1 in a white, human bard. Opponents can't cast spells during your turn. 1/3 that has Mobilize 2. Mobilize 2 is when it attacks, put 2/1/1 red attacking creatures with it. The idea here is to be a full Moxen 1/2 drop deck based around Lurrus. We're going to use Voice of Victory as a pain point in terms of opponent being able to counter your spells, make it so that they don't have the ability to like flash in Orcish Bowmaster or counter your spells. Mostly, I was basically looking for some kind of combo deck that played with Lurrus that would be a nice home for Voice of Victory. And I thought this might be a good attempt. So we are going to play the Cephalid Breakfast Legacy combo of Nomad's Encore and Cephalid Illusionist. You 0 target your Illusionist until you mill over your entire library, bringing back Narcomoebas, and then Dread returning back your Thassa's Oracle. We've also combined a lot of other combinations in here. We have the one of Shuko with Cephalid Illusionist to do the same thing. We have Demonic Consultation plus Thassa's Oracle. That's a combination. I added Manifold Key Time Vault. We're already going to play all these tutors, and we're going to be inside of a full Moxen Lurrus deck. This will give us a nice little alternative avenue of winning, especially if we, for some reason, lose our Thassa's Oracle that we only have one of in our deck. So that between the Time Vault Key and Urza Saga, we have another way to win the game. Are there more? Can't remember if there are more than that. That's the general idea, though. So yeah, Nomad's on Curse, Cephalid Illusionist. Pretty compact, half blue combo, especially when you think I guess the combo itself is not compact, but like the cards themselves are pretty reasonable as 1 and 2 drops that return from Lurrus. But the rest is like 1 Dread return, 3 Narcomoebas, 1 Cabal Therapy. There's some other ways to build this. There's a lot of people using Memory's Journey now, but we're not going to play any green in our deck. We're not going to play. Lots of people are playing Nadu, but I think Lurrus should still be better than playing Nadu. That's my thought process anyways. No Surveil land today as I'm trying to play full Moxen and play like a Voice of Victory on turn 1 kind of deal. Threaten as soon as possible. But I am going to try to play a bunch of forces, and I'm going to use Stock Up as my card draw engine. It just makes sense given the fact that we are going to go full Moxen plus Mana Crypt, Time Vault Key. Let's get a Stock Up going in here. Yeah, nothing out of the ordinary really, but it's a little experiment. I would like to see some various combo decks get played with Voice of Victory in them. I think that's where this card would shine in some kind of aggro combo hybrid deck. I don't exactly know if there will be one or if it will just be relegated to CDH and some of the other formats as a white attacking card. But I feel like the idea of making your opponent make a hard choice on turn 1 by casting a Voice of Victory in Vintage seems like it would be powerful to me. So that's what we're trying out today. We'll see how it goes in round 1 of this Vintage Challenge. The legendary NYSE Open returns to Long Island in New York. This 9th installment will be a 15 proxy, $500 entry fee tournament where the top 8 will return home with 8 pieces of real unlimited power. Black Lotus, Ancestral Recall, Time Walk, and all 5 Moxens will be part of this celebration of Vintage. At 100 players, there'll be an additional wacky draft with classic booster packs from Ice Age to Onslaught, the NYC trophy, Karn altars, $1,000 in giveaways, dealers, and much, much more. Check out the link below for all the details. I hope to see you there. Let's battle. Okay, here we go. Round 1 versus Esper Lurrus. Probably one of the worst matchups I could think of, considering Orcish Bowmaster, pile of removal, etc. But maybe I'm wrong. Let's see. I've got full Moxen stock up life. Seems reasonable. Can play a turn 1 Cephalid Illusionist and still be threatening a possible Lurrus on the next turn. That just resolves? Let's see. I guess I'm going to take... Did I even... I don't think I included Academy in this version. I'm not... I probably should have an Academy in my deck. You're right. I didn't put one in. That might have been a good idea. Trying to figure out if I want to take Nomads and Saga, or do I want to take Nomads and Probe? We almost have a turn 1 here. I guess I could theoretically hit... I guess I don't... I could theoretically hit a Lotus or a Petal, which would turn 1 win. But having a Saga backup plan is not bad either. And also lets me guarantee to have Lurrus. Oh, I don't know. Probe seems reasonable. Snap, Fluster, Swords. I think that hand is pretty weak. I can theoretically vamp for a Voice of Victory. And then go for the win, I would assume. So maybe we'll try doing that. Oh, there's a Bowmaster here as well. I think that's doable, though. I don't really want to vamp first, though. They want to fluster my vamp. I think that's fine. Maybe it's not fine. Highlander? Canadian? I haven't played the Canadian Highlander now. Cast Vamp, I guess. Maybe I should have just... Oh, I think I should have just vamped on their upkeep and just gone for Voice of Victory, because I feel like that's the thing that makes the most sense. But... yeah, I should have done that. Sorry. Waking up. Because I think I'm always getting Voice of Victory here, because it's the one card that beats Bowmaster Swords, and then you don't have to be... Like, even if they swords it, like, we can beat Flusterstorm with just a therapy. Okay, so I think we're going to win here unless they drew a force. I don't understand. All right, well, then we definitely are going to win. I'm not sure what they're playing around there, but I'm sure there's a reason. White, this, Voice of Victory. Blue, this, Cephalid Illusionist. Nomads. Solid turn 2 protected win. It's a lot of Moxen. Certainly helped. There's no reason to play around anything, but I guess we're supposed to... Therapy first. Just to see what card they drew. Lorien revealed, sure. Are you supposed to, like, do the Dread turn on the stack? Like, if I didn't have a Voice of Victory, is there, like, a special way that you're supposed to do things? Or, like, a most... I don't have the card that, like, puts cards back, though, so I don't know if things matter. I'm not a breakfast aficionado, that's for sure. But that's a nice little win there. Sneak a game 1 that against Lurrus. I'm not exactly sure how we're going to play post-board games. We don't really have a pivot here at all. But I do have Vault Key as a secondary win condition. I feel like you'll very rarely have a bajillion creatures like that, Stu. Seems unlikely. I kind of want to just, if they're playing Lurrus control, though, I still think I want to have a bunch of swords. Swords, Fluster, maybe into the Maw, and then just take out all of my forces. I definitely want Island. Kick out Vampiric. Because I don't really have like a sideboard plan that lets me forego my combo elements, so... Maybe the Mana Crypt is kind of bad in this matchup. Try that. I don't know. Experimenting. But yeah, I'm sure there's going to be some like timing things that are optimal that I don't know. So hopefully we'll learn those along the way. But I don't know why my opponent cast Orcish Bowmaster. They must have been thinking about PO. And they must have thought like, they can't Flusterstorm PO because I'll have 6 mana, right? So they decided to just jam a Bowmaster. That must be the reason. I still think that you could theoretically just Flusterstorm the Vampiric Tutor, though. So in that sense, I kind of wish I had... So like the problem with vamping and upkeep to play around Flusterstorm is then like you're kind of weak to Wasteland. Because you're not going to ever fetch a non-Tundra land there. You need to have white. So you can't really fetch a Tundra on upkeep. So if you vamp for a Voice of Victory and they Wasteland your fetch land, it kind of messes you up. But I mean, they might think that I'm just going for Ancestral Recall, in which case like having a Bowmaster in play already is better than having a Bowmaster that could theoretically be countered or timing window. I mean, I think I understand why the Bowmaster was cast, because the two most likely things that I could have vamped for were Ancestral and PO, right? But certainly made things easy for us. That way, even if they had a force off the top, then they can only counter Voice of Victory. It's an interesting hand. Don't see a reason to mulligan it, but it's certainly less powerful than our last hand. Yeah, I think we'll be okay. I don't know if it's optimal. I kind of cooked it up last night real quick. But we'll see. I think the ideal Voice of Victory deck should theoretically be... Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Consign and Dress Down. Sure. I think the ideal Voice of Victory deck should be a combo deck, a Lurrus combo deck that has an aggro plan, which is not exactly a thing that exists. So, yeah. Play draw problem, I see. Nomads. That is not a combination with Shuko. We got a basic island here. Maybe this will get a Spell Pierce, which should be nice. Yeah, because like in that scenario, I have a Voice of Victory, nothing matters, right? But in a scenario I don't have a Voice of Victory, I'm sure there's some like optimal play patterns. I think the biggest thing that I don't have is the Memories Journey that Legacy decks are playing with. With the Legacy Journey or like the Pumpkin Lantern thing. I think it's like a Pumpkin Lantern. I can't remember what it's called. I know there's like some tricks and stuff to make sure that you always win through stuff. Well, I think you either want a lot of creatures or you want your voices in the sideboard, right? But I can't do on stream. Fuck, strip mine. On stream, I can't really do like sideboard pivots because people just know my deck list. So there's kind of no point to playing like the no creatures into creatures. And then the other problem is if you play no creatures into creatures, if you're playing Lurrus, people just leave in removal anyways. Like even if you are on Lurrus with no creatures in the main, they will just leave removal in. So I don't think I'm supposed to cast Shuko here. I really don't want to get wastelanded, so maybe I'll wait longer. I don't know if that's correct, though. Try to play this a little slower. Only had one basic, and I got strip mined. Yeah, so the problem with like Oswald Fiddle Vendor is it doesn't have haste, right? It doesn't win the game on the spot. So like it doesn't actually use. So the problem with like Hermit Druid and Oswald Fiddlebender is they don't use Voice of Victory very well, because you can't have a Voice of Victory in play and then go Hermit Druid or Oswald and win right away. You have to give them a turn to cast spells, and that just like part of the strong part of Voice of Victory is it like makes them like use the removal, on their turn. But if they can just use the removal on their turn and stop your combo, then it's not very good, right? My opponent is missing land drops, but I still don't really want to fetch. They could still be holding wastelands. Hmm. I don't know. Yeah, I don't really think Voice of Victory is broken. I think it's just an interesting tool. I have a lot of options, and I don't really feel that any of them are very good. It is not a good sign about my deck. This is definitely a spot I wish I could get a Surveil land. I did keep the Brainstorm in this deck for what it's worth. All right, I think I'm just going to fetch and see if I can bait some kind of counter magic with some cards. I'm going to see if like a Shuko draws like a Spell Pierce or something. That would be ideal. Perfect. And then I don't think I'm going to run the Nomads or the Illusionist into a Bowmaster. It seems kind of silly, so... Only 4 cards in my opponent's hand, and none of them are lands, theoretically. Maybe there could be some wastelands, but... a bunch of action. Probably keeping this bobble in play for as long as physically possible. Certainly a problem. Maybe I should just make them use their Black Lotus. Like, if my opponent uses their Black Lotus to, like, Swords or Bowmaster this, isn't that a good thing for us? They're, like, super low on mana. I'm just worried about getting wastelanded from this spot. Well, one of the problems here is Vexing Bauble doesn't work with my combo, right? I have to crack Vexing Bauble, and I'm only going to have 1 Cabal Therapy. So I actually think, like, going for the combo here is just bad, which is a huge problem. This is a classic Vexing Bauble conundrum. I mean, I'm gonna like say that I have the combo, but I'm not gonna go for it because it's just not good, right? Like, this is perfect. Swords, everything is totally great for me. The Oracle's been milled over. I'm gonna go to the next phase, and then I'm gonna crack my bauble and try to go for Volt. Oh, they don't have anything? Just 1 swords? Let's see. Alright, well, I'm cracking this bauble. Stock up. But like, I really had no pressure at all by because of the Vexing Bauble in play. The Vexing Bauble just turned off my whole deck. Negation on my Sapphire. My opponent is making some interesting choices. Well, do you also negate my Black Lotus, or what's your plan? Oh, okay. see. 2 frogs, 2 negations, and I lose all those. That seems okay, as long as I don't get wastelanded. They have 1 card left. I can just DT, stock up. All right, 2C, and your last card is a 3rd frog. Okay, so I do kind of wish I had put the Academy in the deck. Don't know why I missed that, but I guess I just make them find a white answer here. Okay. I mean, I don't win, but they have to find a white answer and a white mana, so I guess they can find a null rod, but I doubt they run in null rod, so I think I like how I played this game, but I question the way my opponent played the game. So I didn't get. I mean, I guess I do have full information of their hand. Their hand was mono Force of Negations, mono frogs, but it just feels like countering mana is a little suspect. Stock up and die. Lotus null rod maybe. Oh, there's no Lotus, so looks like a game to me. 19 hits from the Nomads. Negation, I wouldn't say is amazing, no. Ancestral, we're cooking. We're just making me do it. Okay. Okay, all right, sweet. Oh, it's a solid round 1. So far, the only major deck building flaw we've seen is I forgot Academy, but I also question Vexing Bobble, considering how good it is against ourselves. Here we go. Round 2. Probably another Lurrus control deck if I had to guess. Oh, no. We're off Lurrus. Interesting. This hand contains Narcomoeba Dread Return. Feel like this is a pretty easy mulligan. This is maybe one of the worst looking hands I've seen in a long time. Let's throw that one back. Oh god, this hand's really bad too. I guess I'll bottom the Oracle. Is it better to have the Oracle? Or then I have to therapy myself every time? I guess it's better to have the Narcomoeba to pitch the Force. Sapphire. Land. Fetch land. So this is a Beseech Storm then? Or Doomsday maybe? Beseech Storm. Alright. Black Lotus. We could win the game on this turn if we draw the thingy. Yeah. Beseech, Fluster, stock up. Ooh, man, that's really bad for us, huh? They're just gonna stock up and kill us. I think we're gonna die. That's what we're gonna do. I think we're dead. Needed to draw something good off that. Maybe they'll draw. I don't know. I think we're just dying to stock up here. Our hand was not very good, but we had really big winning chances right there. We had great chances to win the game. Voice of Victory. That's... Maybe I can bait a Force with this? Probably not. Like, if I have the combo, I just kill them, right? So if my opponent beseeches for a Tinker, it's pretty bad for us. This doesn't beseech. They just have stock up again. Yeah, I mean, the first person to cast stock up wins the vintage match. That is kind of how it works. I mean, if we live through the turn and we draw an illusionist, we win. So that's kind of nice. I just don't feel like that's likely to happen. Also, if my opponent Dark Rituals, I think we get Flusterstorm killed as well. Oh, I guess not, because they would have to run out of mana. Oh, never mind. They drew a mana crypt. No, still gets there. Oh, they drew Tinker? They drew Time Walk. Okay, well, I don't think we're getting there. We had to draw a little bit better than we did. I played Nyambi in Vintage before. A long time ago now. Oh, Lorien revealed. Okay, so that gets black mana. So now they just beseech for a Tinker. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I don't know. Like, we kept a pretty weak hand, but all we needed was a good top deck to win. We didn't get it. Sure. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, you can play a learn. It's fine. I have at least one learn video on my channel somewhere. They have a couple. Yeah, it's pretty bad for the most part. I have a learn videos and I have new food chain videos. I don't know. Our hand was just kind of weak. I don't feel like I was supposed to mulligan anymore though. But it's certainly like I guess I had missed up against missed up is usually pretty good against Beseech because they a lot of times they have to cast Dark Ritual to do anything. But they didn't have any Dark Rituals in this hand, so they just went for key because I got rid of misstep. I mean, I still get beat by Flusterstorm anyways, so it doesn't really change anything. We just were not drawing the cards we needed to win that game. No stock ups. So we're versing Storm. So our game plan is going to be vastly different. Flusterstorms are going to come in. I definitely want access to the one Null Rod, but I also think I like the idea of having lanterns as well, because I'm not full on Null Rods. Island can definitely go. And then I definitely want to trim. I mean, Voice of Victory isn't even that bad against them, but it doesn't really work as well against full combo. I don't know. They're on what? 4 forces, and then maybe a Flusterstorm and a negation post board, but probably not. I feel like I don't actually want voice. Like I want maximum blue spells. It does clock my opponent theoretically, but seems like more theoretically than anything. It's not like they're gonna stop me. I guess they theoretically can have like cage. So maybe we'll bring in a Floodmaw. Could always bounce a Citadel. I feel like the Shuko is not necessary. And maybe we'll trim one Nomads. Maybe that's too many cards. All right. I will keep. It's turn 2 kill. I think we just go for it and we don't cast stock up here. Obviously, it's, I guess, worse against Thoughtseize, but as long as I can just not die. It's a good starter. I'm gonna Beseech, no? Alright, well, I'm gonna jam it and see what happens. That's a good sign. We have one therapy and one force to protect us here. It's not terrible. Oh. Force. Force. Alright. They got nothing. They didn't even want to see. Definitely take that. That's certainly part of the variance. Inherent in what we're doing. Alright, now we have to try to survive opponent on the play. That's certainly a hand that tries to survive. So I'm down for that. Pretty close to a Lurrus as well. One Moxen away. Another Lotus hand. Is that 3 Lotus hands? Or was there no Lotus in game 1? Stock up. I'm gonna force it. Key. Are we just gonna get Natty Volt keyed for forcing it? Ooh, DT. What the hell are we doing with a DT? Null Rod does not look good here. I don't really want to crack my stuff, though. I didn't bring in Needle. I don't think it's worth it for just Volt Key, especially when we also have Volt Key. It's gotta be just Ancestral, right? But then I'm, like, pretty far from Lurrusing. If my opponent, like, has another Mox and then goes Volt, I'll be pretty sad, but there's a lot of upside in waiting. I don't know. There's no, like, one card that gets us there. I can't get stock up because I don't want to use my Lotus. Well, I mean, getting Ancestral here has a lot of upside, right? Because it can get anything. And we are currently in need of lands and forces and combo elements. Oh, okay. I'm pretty sure I just have to go for Ancestral here. I have Fluster backup for it and then still have Fluster on their turn, so it's not that bad. Almost better for us if they try to counter this. Two cards left in my opponent's hand. That certainly decreases the chance of we die on the next turn here. Brainstorm Nomad. So now we're an illusionist away from winning as well. Oh, Sapphire. Two cards in my opponent's hand. Nomads again. So this should just be Brainstorm. Try to find better cards. Interesting. Nomads and Pearl away. Crack and play stock up. There's an illusionist. I guess I take an illusionist and a stock up. Yeah, stock up's pretty broken. Soul Ring? Time Vault? No, untap Soul Ring. Karn! I need to take a land! Wow, I needed to take a land, not a stock up. My bad. My bad, chat. I needed to take a land, not a stock up. They get a ring. They got a Tormod script. Oh, okay. I guess it wouldn't have mattered then. Alright, well. Things are a lot more challenging now. Therapy. I didn't realize I would have to get a land there. It made way more sense to stock up, but... Alright. Karn. It's always Karn, man. I swear to God. It's always Karn. Probe. Alright. Yeah. I think we're dead here. My opponent can just get a one ring and then draw a billion cards. They probably don't want to drop the Karn yet. I mean, how are we casting Lurrus in this game? I don't know about that one. We don't even have force. I really needed my stock up on the other turn to hit better. Or was it brainstorm or was it stock up? Whatever I did, I think it was a stock up. I needed my stock up to hit me a force. Really needed a force. I think we're gonna lose to this, sadly. So they are just gonna go for the ring, I assume. Yeah, they went for the ring. Well, this at least kills the Karn and lets us stock up, so... As long as they don't hit a mana, they don't get to draw a million this turn. They hit a mana. Oh, it's probably bad for us. Now I draw my force. After they have an active one ring key. Alright. I get a stock up now, though. Should I therapy them first? Guess I can't therapy them. That sucks. Soul Guide, Nomads, Force, Fetch. Oh, these suck. I guess I'll just take another Force and a Soul Guide to prevent Yogwill. I mean, this is so bad for me. I feel like taking mana is not good, though. I think we're going to lose this game, is my astute analysis here. There is no Memories Journey, no. If I get a Lurrus in play, it doesn't really actually help. They're gonna overwhelm me with cards. There's just a million cards. They have 9 cards in their hand. We're just dead to that. Do I have to counter Beseech? I don't have to, right? I guess if there's a shield Dred, I'd have to force it after. Oh, I guess it would be a time vault would be a problem too. I should just Flusterstorm this. Yeah, I mean, this, like, ring is not even coming close to clocking them fast enough here. My mana crypt is beating their ring at the moment. Cataxium Probe. I guess that helps. They have Yogwell, Force, Bolus, Crypt, and Tutor. We've drawn all of our combo pieces. So I guess I take this Demonic Tutor. I'm just gonna draw so many cards though. Does it matter? Like, they should probably just force it. Does it help me to take another card here? Oh, like, what would get me to a combo? I would have to draw into the wind or whatever, into the Flood Maw. A needle? What? Why would I bring in a needle, man? Be serious. For the one Karn and the one ring in the Karn sideboard and the one Tormod script in the Karn sideboard? Huh? I think I have to therapy again. I don't think there's any hope of me combo killing in this game. What would I even therapy from this hand? The Force? The Lorien? I don't know. Something. No, it's not. I don't think it is. I think having a dead card in your combo deck is very bad. Well, I have Yogwell covered with Lantern. Did they cycle? They didn't cycle, right? What did they just do? If we had Thassa, we would win. And the needle wouldn't matter. Well, I'm confused. Like, if we have Thassa's Oracle, then we can just win. I don't understand. I'm just gonna take Force of Will so that we theoretically can push things through. If they want to spend the whole turn Loriening, I think that's fine. I will buy Lurrus. We have lots of ways to win the game, chat. It's not like we can't win the game. I just can't win the game really realistically with a normal combo. Oh god, they still had key activation? Holy shit. I don't think they'll ever pop the crypt, no. Alright. I mean, what can I do here? Nothing. They're gonna draw 10 cards this turn, chat. I'm just dead. The only way I win this game is if my opponent fumbles it somehow. I don't know how you could fumble it, but that's the only way to win. Like, the opponent hit the Karn, and I just could not win after they hit the Karn. The game was basically over on the spot. It was just too much value. I drew the forces after, and so I had no chance of stopping anything that mattered. Yeah, we're definitely not beating that. I don't even have double force because I drew Dread Return. I feel like our stock ups failed us, basically. If we had hit like any stock up that hit Force of Will means we would have won this game by like a lot, right? Isn't it entirely just like our stock ups missed? We were ahead. We cast Ancestral. We found stock ups, part of combo. We brainstormed away bad cards. We cast stock up, and then it just did not hit a force. It hit a combo, but that was too late. I mean, we have 6 forces in our deck. I guess I forced a stock up in the beginning of the game. Still think that's correct, though. We put them on 1 card, and we had an Ancestral. Like, it's pretty good. I don't know. I like the way we played it, theoretically, so... If my opponent, like, doesn't have force backup for this and it gets countered, don't they just lose? I guess theoretically they can maybe Citadel kill somehow. Probably, yeah, they can just Citadel with 10 permanents, I guess. If we had drawn a blue card here instead of a Dread Return, I feel like we'd actually have a pretty decent chance. Because we'd have double force. Oh, they have a Storm kill. Okay, sure. Yeah, I guess that's true. I can counter one of these, I guess. Doesn't help, right? I have to counter both of them because it's 10 damage and I'm at 9. Okay, my bad. I should have countered the second Beseech. That's my fault. I definitely should have countered the second Beseech there. I didn't really think about that, but it's pretty hard for us to win regardless. This just is an unfortunate situation. All right, here we go. Round 3, Vintage Challenge up against the Necromancer himself, Lord Beerus. Probably has a bunch of Leyline of the Voids in the sideboard. Can't imagine mulliganing this. It's got combo elements. I guess it doesn't really have combo elements, but still can't imagine mulliganing this. He's mulliganed to 3 so far. 3 card keep. I mean, I don't really want to overdraw, so... That is not good. My Ancestral said, fuck you. Definitely forcing that. He hit a Dredger, so... Certainly a decent draw. I'm gonna need to hit another land. And then my stockup's gonna have to be good, though. Nothing's coming back yet. Creeping Chill is... Alright, next turn things are coming back. Oh, shit, I lied. Everything's back. Narcomoeba. We're so dead, bro. Maybe I'm not even supposed to show him Narcomoeba. I don't know. What was I supposed to do? Not keep my Ancestral Recall Force of Will hand? Like... I don't understand. What did I do wrong, you know? I'm losing out of an opponent mulligan to 3. Hard cast Thassa. That seems like a way to never be able to win the game. Don't like that idea very much. I drew 5, 6 forces and died. I don't know, man. Sure, whatever. I don't know. I'm so off it. I'm so off it, man. He mows a 3 and I can't win. I can't possibly win a game. What was I supposed to do? I don't think this is a voice of victory matchup. I don't think we're doing any of the other stuff either. Okay, fun. Great. Yeah. That one's pretty good, I think. Besides the Shukoa, but I guess if my lantern gets negated, it's not very good, but my lantern doesn't get negated, I think it's fine because I have looping lantern. Okay. I mean, I'm pretty weak to Hollow One in this draw, but oh, I guess I can get griefed if he kept griefs in on the draw as well. There's no way I'm not buying Lurrus here though, so I guess I could theoretically play out Mana Crypt and not buy Lurrus. Seems really silly though. Maybe I'm playing too fast again. Got a force. Yep. All right, well, that's bad. Two Narcomoebas. And an Icarid. And a prized amalgam. Jeez, I have to hit this off of just a natural dredge. This game sucks. Yeah, I'm just dead. Probably has two Bazaars anyways. I don't know. I probably am not correctly in the right mindset to be playing these games out, but I sure do not feel like I'm playing games of Magic here. A new Icarid, new Imp. I don't know what that is. I cannot click it, sorry. Strip mine, huh? My black source? Fuck, I'm so dead. I'm so dead. I don't know. Like, theoretically, a lantern should give me more time. But it didn't, so I guess I die. He also hit a Golgari Grave Troll on his Dredge. I mean, I technically can still win with an Illusionist, right? I win the game on the spot with an Illusionist here. I just have to hit. I just keep missing. I don't know. Did I play badly? Maybe. I think I'm dead here, though. All right, next turn. I have one more draw step, it looks like. Looks like I have one more draw step. Well, I would have liked the 8 forces and all Flusterstorms last game. I did kind of draw a lot of Flusterstorms and stuff last game. All right, I can legitimately still win if I draw a Cephalid Illusionist. That's a good start. There's no way he has like counter magic and stuff at this point in the game, right? I mean, I have a counter spell, but I don't think I can win if I have to use it. I guess I could still win. I could hit Island Illusionist. He's never going down to get low enough for this Ancestral to kill him, so I'm always casting Ancestral here on myself. I just have to hit. Guess he could theoretically have a trap at this point, maybe. I hit the Illusionist, so I guess we win. Got Force Fluster backup for it, too. Wow, that's crazy. I did not think that was how this game was going to go. Well, he had a removal spell. Crazy. He actually had coverage on it. That's wild. I had to hit either the land or the force backup for that. Do I have enough Narcomoebas? Should, right? I have a force for the one card, so I don't have to use therapy or anything. I have so many blue things. I can go now, right? Oh, I guess I won't afterwards, so... I guess I can always hit on the stack. Doesn't really matter, right? He had double interaction. That's crazy. I guess I did need to. I didn't need to because I had forced my hand the whole time. But I guess. I guess at the point where I got to therapy, I would have had to. If I didn't have force, I would. At the point where I hit therapy, I would have to name Noxious. But would I name Noxious? I feel like I would. Feel like I would want to name Mind Break Trap, right? I guess you would have Mind Break Trapped at the beginning, so I guess you would name Noxious. That's crazy. He had Sickening Shoal, Dredger, Noxious last 3 cards. Well, I'm not sure he knew that I was on this. Didn't seem like he did. I have to, well... Yeah, I guess so. Maybe that's true. I don't know. Like, I purposely was not casting therapy because I knew I had force and I knew he had 1 card, right? So, like, I wasn't putting any thought into it because it didn't seem to matter. It wouldn't matter. But I'm sure there's a correct place to do that if I don't have force. He's on 4 ley lines and a Rav Trap, so he would probably board them in this time. Sickening Shoal, Negation. We didn't see them that time, but yeah, I mean, if my Ancestral was anything less, we could still have won that game, right? Like, if my Ancestral didn't contain a land or didn't contain force, we still beat double interaction. Though specifically Sickening Shoal Noxious. Because we just have to therapy at the right time, naming Noxious. If we can figure that out. I'm not sure we would figure that out, but we could theoretically figure that out. Yeah. But our Ancestral hit perfect. It hit a land, and it hit an Illusionist, and it hit a force, right? So. Well, Noxious isn't stopping our Devotion. It's stopping the Dread Return target. I can't imagine keeping this hand. It's far too slow, right? Oh, I guess you can't put the Dread Return back on the stack. Okay, yeah, maybe... No, yeah. I mean, it doesn't really matter because wasn't coming up because I had force and specifically did not play to like maximize using a therapy there. So if my opponent keeps a hand and griefs me, it doesn't matter, I guess. So maybe I'm just supposed to keep this. But like if they keep a good dredge hand, we're gonna die before we can Volt Key, right? I guess we don't need a Volt Key if we don't hit the mana. Maybe we are just supposed to keep this. I've got pretty redundant hand with double options and a force. This hand might just be good. Not good, because it doesn't have anti-dredge hard, but... Like, if they grief us here, I guess they could just take Demonic Tutor. They have no Dredger. We drew another Force. That has got to be one of the worst possible cards we could have drawn. I think it's better to play the Nomads than the Key. And if it gets Mental Missteps, that's fine. Oh, I got Forced. I mean, I don't think that matters, right? I guess it matters if we want to kill with Nomads on the third turn of the game after demonicking for Illusionist. That would be the time where it matters. This is also not trappable. So I think that's actually just like force back. Yeah, they have double Bazaar keep. Okay. All right, so no more interaction for the rest of the game. I was correct to force back. That's a chill. And there's an Icarid. All right, so can I survive? Oh. So if I had played Key, we would have been in a better spot, right? I have to fetch down to 15 and hope I don't die. 15. I guess I could just go for a graveyard clear. I could go for a lantern. Seems bad, though. Let me do math. I'm definitely taking 3, and I'm definitely taking 6, and I'm definitely taking 9. And so I have to dodge. There are only 2 chills left, so it should only put me to 15. So we have to dodge 1 chill because we have to fetch for our demonic tutor. We have to dodge 1 of the 2 chills in 34 cards with 3 dredges. So that's bad. So what if we do something else with this demonic tutor? We technically drew an extra mana here, so we could always go Key Vault, in which case we can block and save 3 life. If we're saving 3 life, let's negate this, and we hit for 6, and we get hit for... Sorry, get hit for 3, we hit for 6, and even if we hit 2 chills, we take 12 from our 15 and go to 3, so we can't die, and then we will always win. So that would work. So this Sapphire draw saved us. Yep, the Sapphire saved us here. I think we would lose this game if we did not have the Sapphire, because if we went for the Illusionist, we would have to dodge double chill in double Bazaar activation plus natural, which I don't think I can. If we're theoretically dredging for 5 and 4 each time, we're dredging for 25 cards or so. I mean, it's theoretically possible, but... I guess we would have dodged it. Oh, they could still hit double off of this dredge for turn. They don't have therapy or anything now. Okay, so we would have actually dodged chill if we had gone the other way. Kind of crazy. They had one chill in their bottom 11 there. Oh, Vault Key pays off. Snuck that match. Absolutely took it away from him. Big win. Okay, welcome back, chat. Round 4 of 6 in this vintage challenge. 45 players. We got Musasabi across the table. 2 days ago, played a scam deck. That's kind of interesting. But he's always doing brews and content, so... Psychic Frog attracts a Grief Uro. Interesting. I don't think this is very good. This is a classic Time Vault hand. I'm gonna mulligan this. I'm gonna keep this one. I think I'm gonna bottom one of the Illusionists. That way I can pitch a stock up and still have a stock up. Imagine if our opponent plays a turn 1 Vexing Bauble. That will not be good. Mox Jet. Well, if we don't play a turn 1 Frog, be pretty good against me here. Bye. So what's our best hit? Might just be land, so I can play an Illusionist still. I guess there's a theoretical world where I stock up hits Mox and... My stock up could hit Mox and Nomads, which would let me use the Pearl for Nomads and Mox plus land drawn for turn to play Illusionist and go for the turn 1. Don't know. Opponent is deep in thought. Don't exactly know what's going on. I've been trying to start and stop the recording, but I think I've given up. Just let it ride. What is I could do exclamation mark record Musasabi. Ah, he's not double Q. Unless he's got another account going. Doing a different event. Could be playing an arena. Any arena events today? Could just be 3 a.m. in Japan, right? It is 4 a.m. in Japan, I think, so. All right, opponent has passed the turn. We're back. Uh-oh, turn 1 Ancestral. Could this be back to Storm? I really don't want to lose twice to Beseech Storm in the same tournament, but could happen. I guess if I just draw a Nomads, then I just can win. That'd be pretty cool. All right, land. Guess there's no reason not to play land first. We're definitely stocking up. So if I hit any color Mox and Nomads here, we can just jam. I hit the Mox, but I did not hit the Nomads. Should I go voice misstep then? Feel like it's better than picking therapy. Kind of feels like I'm gonna play against Beseech again, and mental misstep could be really good here. They can't, oh, they can swamp cycle. Okay, so it is actually scam. All right. Well, mental misstep is very good against scam here as well. Rakshasha's bargain. All right. Can't use it as an instant because I got a voice of victory. Put a a fanatic in the yard and a frog in the yard. Uh-oh. I'm a little scared here. Vampiric Tutor. All right, so if we can live a turn, we do get to win the game. Everything is uncounterable. Get in there. I feel like they can't kill me in one turn here, right? So I feel like we're just going to win. Unless they have a removal spell. Are they on a removal spell? They have no removal spells in the main at the moment, so... Alright, they had misstep, so they have a metamorphosis thing. And that brings back a grief. Oh, a grief! Oh, no! Damn. Alright, and a time walk. Okay. Well, that is unfortunate. My opponent had the mental misstep for my mental misstep. Tainted Indulgence? Wow. And Orcish Bowmaster! Oh, man. Brutal. I guess we lost. My bad. I don't know. It looked pretty winning until the point where it was no longer winning. Where did the grief come from, by the way? Was that from the bargain? I thought they put Morphos and Metamorphosis in the bin. So I guess we go Lurrus, Lotus, Ancestral. Hold up, wait a minute. Next turn we can bring back Illusionist. Oh, I don't want to go Ancestral because of this Orcish army though. So I guess we have to wait one more turn. Am I dead though? Kind of dead though. That's not good. Oh, it got Surveil land into the bin? I don't even want to hear that. Brutal. I guess if I block with Voice of Victory, it's kind of bad for me, but... I guess I have to as well. So you kind of need the Lurrus to return an Illusionist, right? Well, they're flooding out, so you're saying there's a chance. Well, the problem is if I Ancestral, they kill the Lurrus, and if I don't Ancestral, they kill the Illusionists. Like, it doesn't matter what order this goes in, I just get wrecked either way, right? So I can bring back the Illusionist. Well, I guess I'm an instant speed, right? So I can do this anyways. So I can just cast Illusionist and then cast Ancestral Recall. I guess that's a thing we can do. My opponent also has to have no force, which seems unlikely, but... This game kind of fell off the rails based on this entirely off of one Undercity Sewers. Classic not me was wrong. Yeah, I'm getting Ancestral now that I don't have a voice of... I mean, we can still win this game, though, right? Because Lurrus can block here and gain life. Surveil lands are completely so strong. I don't know how you can look at these cards and be like, nah, man, I'm off it. It's so broken. It wins so many games. All right. So I do have one more draw step here. I have 4 Nomads and a Shuko. Do we win? Oh, it's a scam. Who scams who? Who's the true scammer? That is pretty wild. Maybe in the end, I was the scammer. Oofs. Hull Breachers, Leyline of the Voids. 2 push, 3 decay. What? That's a lot. What are we doing then? We win anyways. Yeah, we just don't think. Thinking is for the weak. Thinking is clearly for the weak. I mean, they're on Death Rights and Frogs. I feel like we need all of our removal. Should we just, like, get rid of the combo somehow? Is it possible? It's not really possible, right? I just don't know how I'm going to make cuts to the point where I'm going to be happy. Negation is, like, really only good against Reanimate. I don't know if that's worth it. Like, it could be worth it. Kind of don't hate Vamp Tutor here, though. Though, I guess if they have, like, 3 Abrupt Decays they're boarding in. It's like Bug, but with a powerful combo element, basically. It's like a Bug deck. Because if they're boarding in 2 pushes and 3 Decays and maybe Leyline of the Void... Is there any way I can, like, trim on combo elements and be happy? Is that a thing? I mean, we can, but I just, like, don't think it's gonna be good. They have oofs in the side. I don't exactly know how they're gonna board. Like, they're playing Deathray Shamans and they're playing frogs. Can we really beat Deathray Shaman though? Are we actually beating Deathray Shaman? Like, we have to remove a Deathray Shaman for the most part, right? What if we just, like, take out Voice of Victory here, even though it protects us from removal right away, and then take out the Lotus Petal and the Mana Crypt and the Shuko and run like this? It's kind of rough. I don't know. Does not look good to me, no matter what we choose to do. This doesn't seem like a matchup I'm particularly excited to see. What is this? This is not a keep. Okay. I think I'd rather have lands than a pearl here. Sure. Swords. Okay. Slow and steady wins the race. Maybe. We have stock ups, right? Should be fine. It depends on, like, how they boarded, too. I don't know how they boarded. We scammed them. We scammed them back. We were very lucky to win game 1. After we were, I think we were very unlucky to be losing game 1, and then we were very lucky to actually win game 1. Frog? You'd think that would be good here, wouldn't you? But you'd be wrong, because that frog is a farmer. Hmm. I guess I'd rather Lantern than buy Lurrus here. Like hitting... I could hit my fetch land. I don't know if that's actually good, though. There's also Orcish Bowmasters, right? So he's on a bit of a different build than last build. I'll buy Lurrus. It goes shields down for Fluster. I think that's okay for now, though. Oh, I guess then I can get griefed. All right. I've convinced myself. I have no delve spells in my deck, right? So there's no reason to not hit my land. The thing is, like, playing Lantern means I don't have to hold up. There's Wastelands? Oh, no. I have misboarded. I did not think there were Wastelands in this deck. Oh, I just missed them. Okay, my bad. I took an island out somehow. I don't know how I did that. Am I running right into a Orcish Bowmaster? I think I am. Yeah. I mean, I don't really feel like I mean, with Deathrite Shaman, it makes sense. Oh, I think I played this game badly. I mean, I looked at their deck and I didn't see Wasteland. I just missed it. I mean, they can't do anything with a Lantern play besides, like, cast frogs, right? Just holding. This does not feel like it's going to resolve if I cast it. But is it worth waiting even longer than this? I feel like maybe, like, I don't want to buy a Lurrus and have it sit in my hand and then be getting griefed later. This feels like I should do this. They didn't have any Flusters in their deck. They do have 2 Spell Pierces, though. Jesus. Maybe this is terrible, then. Just resolves? I see. Those are all very reasonable cards. I think I like Fetch Land Demonic Tutor the most. If I do try to set up a combo, I still need a little bit more help, like an additional blue card for Force, so I can have Force Fluster and still be able to do stuff. And then I still need to figure out, like, I can't really beat a pile of removal. I can do that over time. Entomb and Atraxa. Sure. Are they just gonna, like, make me use it? What's the plan, Stan? Blue, black, Time Walk. Sure. Do they have delve spells? No, they have Rakshasha's Bargains, apparently. Blue... Psychic Frog. I really don't want a Psychic Frog here, but I guess I could DT for removal if I really wanted to. Hmm. I feel like I'd rather stock up, right? Don't have to hit swords on this turn for Frog. Soul Guide, Fluster, Saga, Key. It looks like it's a Saga and a Fluster, so I have more blue cards. Does let them hit with Frog, but if I want Key, I can still get Key later for Saga. Don't think I'm casting Demonic here when I have all these Fluster Storms to cast. So I guess I'm getting hit by a Frog. It certainly evens the score here. Blue, black, another Frog. Okay, I think we're getting towards the point where we need to start comboing. Yeah, I think it's still worse, though. They have 3 cards in hand. I mean, if they have Abrupt Decay, it's going to be very hard for us to combo, right? I just, like, don't have enough removal. Yeah, the Shukos are not there. Take the one Shuko out. Well, Swords is pretty good. I can make Constructs and play Swords. I could technically hit the Yard if I wanted to. See if it resolves, I guess. I mean, making Constructs doesn't seem that bad. If they fly... If I hit Lantern now, is there any way I'm, like, really wrecked by an Entomb? Don't think so. So if I just Lantern now, it makes them have to put a bunch more cards in their yard, right? Or does that not matter? I probably just want to hold it. I feel like them drawing 1 extra card a turn is not, like, game losing right now. I do think I'll make a construct, though. If they want to, like, use a removal spell on it, I'll be more than happy. If they want to, like, eat some cards from the yard, I think it's okay, too. If they want to pitch cards, I think it's okay. All right, they're just going to gain flying. That's fine. I mean, maybe we can just win with construct tokens. 4 cards in hand. Black Lotus. They're going to cast an Atraxa. They're going to cast a Metamorph. They're going to cast a Leyline of the Void. I think I don't care about that. I think we're either winning with Vault Key. I mean, I think we're probably winning with Vault Key. The only thing I'm worried about is I'm worried about Abrupt Decay. That's what I'm the most worried about. This does mean I can't, like, Lurrus loop with a Lotus here, though. But am I really going to pitch a Force to this? When it doesn't meaningfully impact the board immediately? I can't imagine that makes any sense. I need to force, like, cards out of their hand. So I feel like we just make constructs. Get a key anyways. They're going to fetch to play around Needle. Could always just tempo this fish too here. They're representing a decay. I mean, they're just losing, right? They're just, like, dead to constructs on the next turn. This is a good Flusterstorm target. Oh, I guess it's not a good Flusterstorm target because there's a Black Lotus. My bad. I guess if they crack the Black Lotus, it's somewhat of a win here. They have 1 card left. I should just go for Vault Key next turn. I still think it's probably correct to fluster again, though. Like, this is just winning on the ground next turn. So now they have one card left. What is their one card? So they have an Orcish Bowmaster. That doesn't matter. Okay, so we just kill them next turn then. So now I think we should proactively Lantern so that they can't hop. So they can't hop their frog. And then next turn we win with force backup. They kind of drew a lot of lands here, it looks like. Oh, we don't have a land yet. We do have to draw a land to win with force backup here. We did not draw a land. I mean, I think we're still supposed to put it in play as extra damage, right? Okay. I feel like I played that game pretty patiently, which is not my strong suit, so I'm fairly happy about it. Maybe it wasn't still perfect, but I feel like it was fairly good evaluation of like the ways we could lose and how we could force our opponent to go in on things and still have other choices. Um, it's definitely not. It's definitely one of the weaknesses in the ways I typically play games. So I'm pretty happy how that played out. Just threat identification, presenting threats, and playing around the worst cases that could theoretically definitely still be in the hand. That was sweet. Feels like a hard matchup too, so. Okay, here we go. We're on round 5 versus the Baron. What do we have? I have a cat. You have a cat? No cat. I have no blue mana, Sag. All right, try again. No any mana, really. These have been some atrocious hands. It's like every black card in my entire deck. Almost. It's almost every black card in my entire deck. It's very impressive. Oh. Echo. Echo says he's on Doomsday, so that's very nice of him because he knows my deck list. These hands I would not have kept versus Doomsday no matter what because they just don't have mana. This is certainly our best hope, but it's very bad on 6. Maybe I'm supposed to keep Shuko, actually. Just because it gives me a chance for a combo kill on turn 2. I think I just have to hope and pray. It means I can't cast stock up, but what am I gonna do? Already just too far behind on a mold to 5 here. 8-card Doomsday hand is gonna be very challenging to beat. But at least we're threatening lethal on turn 2, theoretically. What's our Doomsday sideboard look like? 2 flusters, 2 consigns. It's not too bad. They probably get to bring in ley lines against us, though. I'd have to get very lucky to win this game is my evaluation of our spot. That's not good. That is not good. Yeah, I mean, I still believe Doomsday is like one of the best, if not the best deck in Vintage. The only real problem with Doomsday is it has a horrific Esper Lurrus matchup, which is not the deck you want to have a horrific matchup against. If Doomsday could have a way to make the Esper Lurrus matchup a 50-50, like Doomsday is just the best deck. It just beats all of the other decks that are not Esper Lurrus. But as it stands, Doomsday matchup versus the two Lurrus control decks is very, very poor. It's not even close to 50-50, so it's very hard to justify Doomsday if you think there's going to be a large percentage of Lurrus control in the field. Also, I think the more controlling the PO decks get, the worse off it is for Doomsday as well. You like Doomsday matchup from the Dredge side? Oh, that's a heavily Doomsday favored matchup. I'm surprised that you say that. That's an incredibly Doomsday favored matchup. You're favored like even without Leyline of the Void, and then if you have Leyline of the Void, you're like super favored. My opponent cast a lot of cantrips. They can actually play the Delve spell on turn 2 here. I guess I should look and see what they did. They shuffled on the first ponder, shuffled on the second ponder, went top, bottom, top, bottom. So not very effective. Maybe we'll draw an Illusionist here. That's a Thassa's Oracle. That's not good. That is not ideal. That puts us in such a bad place. It's actually crazy. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I would if I could play 6 rounds of Doomsday versus Dredge as the Doomsday player, I absolutely would do it. So, all right. Just gonna. I mean, I can still win with this Oracle in my hand by therapying my own Oracle out of my hand. But it's obviously not a good place to be. So, all right, we'll see if my opponent has a Street Wraith or a Gush, and if they do, then we die. If they don't, then we have one more draw. But this game was always going to be pretty much a crapshoot when my opponent. I kept 5 on that play versus 7 on the draw. I just like don't have the requisite number of cards. But that just happens sometimes. Like our hands were bad, not only because we drew all of our random combo pieces, but also because we had no mana, right? So even if we were playing another, say like a PO deck, right? We would, instead of drawing all the random bad cards, we'd have drawn a bunch of random POs that we couldn't cast, right? So it's not even like it was our deck's fault. It was just some variance that happens when you just don't have the mana you need. Just have to take it and run. And I mean, with this hand at least presented a piece of interaction and the ability to theoretically win on turn 2. So it was definitely not a bad 5 by all accounts. So yeah, my opponent has a Street Wraith or a Gush. We die from the spot. If they do not, I guess theoretically, if they have a Street Wraith, they also have to have another cantrip. So they'd have to have Street Wraith plus cantrip or Gush. They don't. So we do get an opportunity here. They could also have a Street Wraith and not have a cantrip and put a Force on the top of their library as well. I'm going to cast. I'm going to get an Underground Sea here and try to hit a Cephalid Illusionist. I did not hit a Cephalid Illusionist. I'm out. No! So close. Game 2. I'm going to bring in Consign, Fluster, and I think I have to bring into the Flood Moa for Leyline. Not like thrilled about that idea, but it seems correct. Island out. Vamp out. Shuko out. And then I like Voice of Victory here. I feel like therapy is pretty important based on the variety of counters my opponent can have. Maybe I take a Lotus Petal out. Mana Crypt out, maybe? I don't know. I kind of like Mana Crypt in this matchup. don't know what my last card is going to be then. Maybe a Nomads out. It's kind of bad to take Nomads and Shuko out though, right? It's probably still fine. Maybe it's like a Narcomoeba. Don't know. It's a little unclear to me exactly like how much of my combo I'm allowed to be cutting and when. It's also like hard to transfer heuristics because the legacy version is all playing like Jack-o'-lanterns or Memories Journeys. So all right, try again. On the play again with a cat. This hand's not very good, but am I putting this hand away? Feels unlikely. I still have like a Lurrus I can turn to. I don't know. I find it very challenging to be pitching any kind of hand that has a way to stop my opponent. Doomsday is so scary. Cycle a Street Wraith. Interesting. Pass. Upkeep Ancestral? That'd be interesting. I don't... Oh, it is Upkeep Ancestral. Am I countering Upkeep Ancestral? Why does he got this on his main account? Is there an all access pass? Yeah, I'm gonna force this. I mean, I'm running into a negation, but what can I really do? Force back. Pitching one Oracle. Sure. Illusionist. Definitely like deploying this now. At least we technically have some piece of interaction here. It's just not very good. Our deck is not even that badly positioned here. We have 6 forces, misstep probe, therapy, 2 fluster, 2 consign. That bad. I have to just save this as a like a last ditch effort to counter an oracle trigger. Don't think there's any others. I could hit a Lotus if there was a Lotus, but besides that, it's not like the best card against Doomsday, but it's like an extra thing they have to think about. So I do think I'm probably full jamming a Lurrus here, though. Man, double Moxen, huh? Yeah, I mean, you got it. They only have one Oracle, though. So theoretically, if they make a bad pile and they don't have a Flusterstorm in their pile, we should be able to... There could be spots to sneak a win here. Like, Discover End's never losing from here, but we're not all Discover End. We are, in fact, mere mortals. Sign to Memory is one of the more annoying cards to play around as the Doomsday pilot. You kind of need to have a Flusterstorm most of the time. I could also make 2 copies. I guess it wouldn't matter because there's so many storms. My opponent does not. I guess my opponent is like a little bit on the clock in the fact that if I have a combo piece, I could theoretically win on the next turn. I definitely can't buy. If he does pass, then I definitely can't buy Lurrus. I mean, he's, yeah, Discover End, DM. Definitely the top ones. Kevin's pretty good. Does the thing have it? Does the Power BI dashboard have that? I'm not really sure. I haven't really played around in it too much because I can do all the things it does without it, but I don't know if it has like deck experts. I know you can select a player, but does it let you select deck? I don't think it does. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna make as many as I can. Opponent only has one Oracle is something to think about here. Well, I was saying right now it's Storm 7. But yeah. There's also worlds where you can consign a Lotus as their only remaining mana source to cast Oracle, but that shouldn't be this game. This game is going to be about countering an Oracle trigger. But yeah, in terms of next turn, there's theoretically a world where you have to storm count and see how many spells they've cast so that you can make as many consigns as you want, but still maybe you could pay for Flusterstorm so they can't have like, if you can make enough copies that they can't put 2, 3 on every copy, then you can theoretically beat a Flusterstorm by just having enough mana. So it's something we're gonna have to think about for sure. Because all we need is to hit one of the consigns to resolve. So I do think that there's probably a world where like making less than the full number of copies of consign is actually correct. So he's got a Black Lotus in the pile. No Ancestral in the pile. There's a Gush in the pile. Does that mean he has a land in hand right now? Less than the full number? Because if you Flusterstorm, if you go the full number, then Flusterstorm easily counters you with 1 on each copy. But if you go less than the full number, you can pay for some number of Flusterstorm copies. If you put 1 on each copy, then I can pay some of the 1s. If you put 2 on each copy, I could theoretically pay for some of the 2s, right? I think that's I think I am talking about real life. Okay, so they had a land or drew a land, probably had Gush in hand, put a land on top, Street Wraith into land and gushed. And then Lotus gives them Flusterstorm here, so I think we just die, right? So if the cards in hand are Lotus, oh, Thoughtseize off the black mana from the Gush. That's very cool. Okay, cool. Yeah, we got beat. That's a nice way to play it too. Wouldn't beat double counterspell, but nice play. Yeah, I don't know. Our hands were not really conducive to beating Doomsday, right? They just were not good enough. This is triggered abilities and colorless spells, so I cannot counter a Street Wraith. No, I think my opponent made a nice pile like there with the Gush and the Thoughtseize and stuff. We just did not have, like, we were going to hit the nomads, huh? It's pretty sick. Sadly, got turn 2'd by Doomsday. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think we had any, like, the only different choice we could have made in this game is forcing or not forcing, and that wouldn't have really changed anything. No, no worries. That's your, like, most important decision of the game. You got the MTGO clock. Yeah, I don't think there was any real things we could do there, so. Doomsday is gonna Doomsday. All right, 3-2 with good breakers, a win and possibly breaker in. See what we can do versus Sean playing Gifts Control. Gifts combo control thing. I can't imagine I'm putting this back, even though it's a little awkward. Black Lotus, that's a pretty good one to have in your Underworld Breach deck. Black Lotus. Okay, all right, Sean, I see you. Yeah, sure, why not? Why not? Sean. You just cast gifts now? Yep, Merchant Scroll for gifts. Seems good. Oh, went for Ancestral? So you can hardcast Force, maybe? I'm gonna force it. Yeah, hardcast Force. Because he couldn't go for gifts because gifts with hardcast Force wouldn't have enough mana. Makes sense. Classic Sean. Oh, gifts in response. Sure. That means we also die to that. Yeah, I mean, if opponent starts with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11 mana, 2 payoffs plus Lurrus, it's pretty good. Also, if we were on the play, we would win the game. So, bad time to lose the die roll. Like, my opponent literally can't play the game if we if we do this. They actually lose on the spot. It's quite funny. I don't even think we have, like, any chance of winning. There's, like, there's no combination of 4 cards here my opponent could do that would be bad. They're just all going to win. But I can't, like, play around my opponent having, like, two payoffs. I just have to counter the 1 payoff and hope they don't have it. Gifts is so strong. Wait a second. I had 11 mana. Every spell is strong. I don't know. It is what it is. Sometimes you high roll. Everyone gets vintage from time to time. The real answer is I should have just won the die roll. Vexing bobbled them. I feel like that's only fair. See, now the problem is we have to sit here for like 10 minutes to find the ideal gifts pile when literally every gifts pile just wins. Like, I can't give him Breach, but he also can go Lurrus, Lotus, and Lurrus Breach. I can't give him like any kind of draw spells or I lose. I can't give him magic cards. So like Gifts is going to win here, but now we have to wait and I mean, I guess I could just concede. We could just go to the next game. I guess that maybe is the better play, but Sean does time out a lot though, so it's probably correct to just let it happen. Oh, I have no chance of winning. I think we actually cannot possibly win. I actually think there's actively no way we could possibly win from here. Like, as long as he puts an Underworld Breach in the pile, we are 100% to lose. No, I don't even think we like have a chance at all. You would 100% always put Breach in this pile. Yeah, definitely. You have Merchant Scroll, Lotus, Lurrus. There's you just I have to put Breach in the graveyard every time. I don't think this pile is actually hard. I think most piles are going to win here as long as you put Underworld Breach in it. You can even put like Flusterstorm in the pile because then you could resolve an Ancestral if you wanted to. Like, this is like the highest possible you can roll, I think, in this deck. This deck is like a pretty slow controlling deck. Having 11 mana on turn 1 with Gifts and Merchant Scroll and Lotus, I think might be just like the top possible draw. Like this hand is not even that bad if I have double force. If I have double force, like if I have misstep force or double force, like you still have Lurrus Lotus follow up and every breach is a win. So do I have Lantern in the main? No. No. I have a Vexing Bauble. I think the hand is like slightly better if this Emerald is a Flusterstorm or something, but it's pretty close to one of your best. There's 2 Flusters and 2 Pyroblasts in his main. It's actually really rough to lose game 1 because he doesn't believe in removal. So I guess he has Pyroblast and Red Elemental Blast. Those are pretty good against Illusionist. What's taking so long? This is just what he does. He's here. He's not here to win games. He's here to make perfect gifts piles. So I have to sit here and wait for the perfect gifts pile because if we play 3 games where he's making gifts piles, then I mean, we're here for the long run, chat. Why don't we make a perfect gifts pile while we wait? Here's the deck list, chat. You make a gifts pile. Oh wait, we're too late. Yeah, Underworld, Breach, Time Walk, Ruby. So I put Breach in the yard, and I put. So let's see. Why would he put Ruby? He'd only put Ruby if he was trying to do something. But if I give him Time Walk, I can't give him Time Walk. Time Walk also wins on the spot. I guess Time Walk doesn't win on the spot because oh yeah, it does win because there's a Lotus. So Time Walk, I like this is the thing. Like Time Walk wins on the spot and Breach wins on the spot. So I have to just give him Fluster Ruby. You know, like I like this isn't actually a choice. Like I'm 100% forced because these are both deterministic. So it's not. It's less about like. It's less about what cards go in the pile and more about what 2 cards does he want from his deck. And apparently Ruby Flusterstorm are the cards he wants from his deck. I'm not sure if that is like the best. Like Flusterstorm makes sense, you get an Ancestral, but I'm gonna put Breach and I'm gonna put Time Walk into the yard. Like the answer is like it doesn't matter very much as long as you pick 2 good cards. And even if you don't pick 2 good cards, if you get to the next turn, you still have Breach, you know? I don't know what the 2 best cards were for him to choose there. I think Fluster is pretty reasonable because it means you get an Ancestral, but... I did not draw anything super substantial here. Time Walk just means you untap and you Lurrus back your Breach and you win the game. Time Walk is just deterministic because you have... Well, I guess it's not because you didn't have a black source. Because you'd have to Time Walk off of Lotus there. Or did he have a floating blue? No, he had floating blue, right? So he still had Time Walk? I don't know. If he takes another turn there, he has Lurrus. So it's just like... You just can't win. The problem is this Vexing Bauble doesn't actually stop Breach combo because you can just Breach back, gifts again, and then just hit the mental misstep on the on the ancestral, sure. Oh, I mean, maybe we'll win the next 2 games. It's fine. Sure. Shouldn't we like use our colorless mana? Whatever. It's fine. You have all this colorless mana. I guess you have to tap the academy anyways. That's all you need to make gifts good is 11 mana on turn 1. And also to have Merchant Scroll in your hand, because if it was just gifts, I would just force gifts and we would actually be fine. But because it was Merchant Scroll, I just get wrecked no matter what. But I also have to like make my opponent play this out because 6-minute gift piles. Well, that's the only way to get 11 mana on turn 1, right? Mana drain. Wait a second. These are all targeting them. Yeah, they had scroll on turn 1, so they had it all. They had Lotus Scroll and gifts for Breach, so it was a GG's. But unfortunately, chat, I'm gonna make you wait because this was like the least complicated, easiest turn 1 win possible, and it still was a large endeavor, right? It's kind of interesting that he wasn't even able to make a deterministic pile there. How could you like make that a like, is there a way to make that pile deterministic? Like, I had to bin Time Walk and Breach every single time. So like the best 2 cards in his deck are the best 2 cards in his deck Fluster Ruby? I guess it's possible, right? Because you're trying to resolve Ancestral. Because the gifts wasn't deterministic, it's possible that PO was better there, but it's not exactly clear. There's a lot of variance inherent in PO. You can just draw 5 lands, right? But like because the gifts wasn't deterministic and all he could do was go for a Flusterstorm to resolve an Ancestral, it's very odd. Lanterns are good here, and then what is kind of his deal? He's got his own lanterns, it looks like. 3 lantern effects. Some bolts and pyroblasts and stuff. Flusters look good here. I think that's it. Breach, Time Walk. Oh, he already had Lotus. He already had Lotus in play. I don't think there was a DT that would work. I guess Ruby DT would work, right? Ruby DT might have been lethal there. So maybe he missed it. Yeah. But maybe he's playing around something in my hand, possibly. I don't know. Like it could be possible that he's playing around something in hand. Oh, there was no jet, and the jet was already in play. I mean, when there's like 4 or 5 Moxen in play, you might just not have it. No, there was an Emerald in play, I think. I can't remember. It was Emerald, Bauble, Lotus. Sorry, Emerald, Crypt, Lotus, and there was a 4th thing, right? But doesn't Ruby do it too? Like if you just use your Lotus for black mana, so then your DT gets you your second Underworld Breach, and then but maybe there's not enough cards in the yard for that. You need to be able to return Lotus, and you need to be able to return Merchant Scroll. So you need to have a certain number of cards in your yard. Maybe there wasn't enough cards in your yard. I don't know. Oh, I need to make decisions here though. Vampiric and I kind of think Shuko sucks. And I kind of think this Petal is not that good here. Let's just do that. Voice of Victory should be pretty good in this matchup. Hey, Voice of Victory. This is just missing one of the 4 nomads, and I have a force. Sure. You know what kills Voice of Victory? I hate to say it. Anyone versed in Discord lore? It's a braid. Oh shit. Sure, that's fine. Well, he doesn't play removal very much, so another, because it's just gonna be gifts on my end of my turn here. All right. Pio's pretty good with Mana Crypt and Pearl too. Oh, we're just doing nothing. That's fine as well. Maybe they'll win with Mana Crypt here. Just gonna go get a Lurrus. Work towards bringing back my vigor, my Voice of Victory here. Gifts time with Pyroblast backup. What a beast. Another lost crypt flip. 4 more. Got 2 payoffs, 2 gifts. I'm out of shit, so like if he's got a good spell, we're just gonna die. Like a Lorien Revealed's really good here. Stock up. I'd love to cast stock up, but I'm pretty worried about another Pyroblast. There are 3 total Pyroblast effects. Yep, they also have 4 drains because it's Sean. I guess both of my cards are pretty bad against Drain and Fluster. I think I just have to play Lurrus, and I mean I don't have anything going for me. I need to get the Voice of Victory back. Drained it. All right, got me. Is it time? Drain mana. I mean I have to cast a spell there. I don't have any like good use of waiting. Buy Lurrus. If we hit a fetch land, we can dread return our Lurrus. Got it. Ancient Grudge. We're just getting hit by all the Sean cards, baby. Love it. All right, he's out. He's got no more stuff. But he can't die to Can't die to Mana Crypt anymore because he's got a Lurrus in play. Damn. Was losing flips like crazy. We rep a gifts? Rip the stock up off the top. Yeah, I guess we were just never going to win this matchup, unfortunately. Sean's a little too powerful. Oh well. No top 8 for us. The power of Mana Drain has stopped us again. Soul Guide Lantern. Short. Why not? Got your Ancient Grudge. Too funny. Don't think we're ever beating a Resolve stock up, so I can't imagine there's much to play for in this game anymore. Sure, yes, yes. This should just get like 4 draw spells or something easy. But it might take 5 minutes before we get to that. I mean, we got crushed. It wasn't close. But I am pretty jealous of my opponent's ability to draw Moxen. I mean, I have an in-play Lantern. Yeah, just all counter magic. All counter magic are all draw spells. I guess we give Force and Drain. I don't know. All of these are just like counter spells. So obviously we give Force because it's, I mean, he's going to have hard cast Force anyways, but I will put this in the yard and I will put this in the yard. Probably gonna have to just crack this Lantern if I want to have a chance of winning this game. I am not drawing very good Magic the Gathering cards here, though. Oh, give you 3 more Drain mana. Oh, no. Look how much mana he has. I'm so dead. Another Gifts off the top. Ancestral off the top. Like a beast. All right, I've been bested. Congratulations, you've got your 4-2. All right, sad way to go out, but unfortunately, sometimes you just get vintaged. You can't do much about that. We played against 2 decks at the end there, where I think we actually have pretty great matchups against them. But even when you have great matchups, not much to do there. I don't know how I feel about this deck or Voice of Victory. I just think that you have to go through a lot of effort to make this combo work, and I don't think it's worth it. Like, you have just so many bad cards in your deck. Like, look how many bad cards are in our deck. We have so many. The combo is not, it's not, like, this is way too many bad cards to get a combo to work. And it does have some upsides, right? You have a pretty nice game 1s, and you have the ability to turn 1 or turn 2 pretty reasonable. I don't think the 4 Brainstorms is as bad as you think it is, just because a lot of these cards do pitch the Force of Will, but it's definitely a downside for sure. It's like, by all means, it's definitely a downside. So I think conceptually the idea of Voice of Victory and a combo-oriented Lurrus creature deck worked. And I would actually say Voice of Victory did pretty well today. The matchups where it was good, it was very good. It was drawing counter spells on turn 1 like I intended. Basically, the whole idea is to like throw up this Voice of Victory on turn 1 and make them make a decision. And Sean had to force this Voice of Victory, right? Or he couldn't use his mana drains, couldn't use his counter magic. Oh yeah, we had Shuko there too. Look at that. Boom, 15. And then I mean, we drew Dread Return twice. We drew Oracle a couple times as well. So yeah, I mean, there's some downsides to playing the deck, right? But I do think the main thing that we were testing here, Voice of Victory, was pretty good. So I think we're back to the starting point, right? Where we have this idea of Voice of Victory as a must-answer turn one threat inside of a Lurrus combo deck. But the problem is, what the hell is the Lurrus combo deck that goes with this card? And I don't know what the answer to that is. I just haven't really found something that is consistent and strong and plays well. So that might just not exist. Well, yeah, Skull Clamp is a thing, but I just don't think Skull Clamp is like powerful enough. So like I have this version right here, which is a Johnny, Voice of Victory, Skull Clamp, and Orcish Bowmasters. Certainly more controlling than combo oriented, right? But I just like have not found reasonable combo oriented gaming yet for the Voice of Victory. But this card is strong. I think this card does a very powerful thing. Its effect is powerful. It's easy to play on turn one. It represents its own clock. In this deck, I think it's pretty cool because if you have an ability to attack with it, you get 2 1/1s that you can Skull Clamp away, and that are also red for your flipping Ajani. You flip the Ajani and you deal damage equal to the creatures when you have a red permanent. So this makes you like able to play a flip Ajani, dealing damage and not being in a red deck. What I did was I put a Twister in this deck, but put the Twister back in for the Bowmasters, which actually does give you like a legitimate Voice of Victory combo-oriented kill in the deck. Maybe you could even add this Volt Key, but you start to run into some blue mana problems when you do that because you have so many non-blue creatures. Maybe you don't want to play Johnny at all and you just want to play frogs, but then we're basically just back at an Esper Lurrus control deck, right? And maybe that's an interesting idea. I don't know. But for this deck, I think it actually played pretty well. We had some good rounds and we had some pretty solid wins, and then we just got blown out a couple times at the end, and that's a vintage challenge sometimes. So thank you for watching. If you want to see more vintage like this, check out my YouTube channel. New videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'll see you then.